Crying on the set?
No, he's waiting for me to come in and start talking.
Never fails.
I was gonna say I could cry on the set.
Hate me.
You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. In no other better frickin' place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch, with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Shroud of the Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and or listening pleasure. Welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Friday. We are coming to the end of release week, as it may be. It's a short week, but Friday, March 30th, 2018, here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Also, Easter weekend coming up. And for those of you new to the fold...
It's a busy day.
Have you killed the bunny yet?
Is for those of you new to the fold, also we have another landmark coming up, which is April 1st. And for those of you new to the area, the boys and girls are known to be a little comical out there, and I'm waiting because last year was a bit disappointing. This year, it's falling on the weekend again. So are we going to flub it? We going to pull a massive one? Or are we going to pull off the best April Fool's joke of gaming history? I don't know.
Well, the biggest April Fool's joke is already upon us.
Release? No.
Yeah. No, but so I mean, we do have a lot of events going on today, and unfortunately, we are not participating in it right now. But if you go to the player-owned town of Rockbeer Platz, Hannah Alpenglow is giving out like $3,000 worth of stuff, and I went out there earlier this morning because it started at 11 a.m. I don't know how long it's going up, and everybody that shows up, they're making a donation to the Airy Fund, $25 per person up to $1,500. So that is the grand opening of the the Walhalla Museum of Virtue, Chaos, and Brewing, and the soda launch celebration.
Yeah, I got a link to the Airy Fund here for that, but I don't have the actual link to the rock beer.
Scroll down.
There's an actual link to the event.
Fifth post. Hey. You want me to post? Scroll down. Scroll down.
So instead of giving me the link to the event, you gave me the link to the Airy Fund with a link to the event.
Hey, you know what? It's what I found in short order. So quit complaining. Just scroll down to the event.
Close some of them tabs, will you?
I told you that beforehand. So the museum is actually at the top of the hill. So do pay attention to that. I'd tell you where you poured in, but no. If you need assistance getting there, you can always message one of the people there and join their party and look.
When you hit your teleport button, you'll see a whole bunch of people. Sort by location will make it a lot easier to find people there. Very simple.
Yes.
Very simple.
Yep. And so that is the new museum that Hannah just set up, and it's actually got some really cool stuff. I mean, Gix's armor, the that they won during the auction, is actually out displayed.
Excuse me.
You can also see items developed or built by Lord British, Darkstar, Atos, and Gix. So that was all stuff from one of the other Airy Fund campaigns.
Woohoo.
And then also, let's see, I played a game of Wheat, Wurst, and Bread, and I lost.
You know, I've lost every time I've played that game, but always fun. Always fun to participate. Always fun to be part of the game. Of course, if you haven't done it, again, all you got to do is show up at one of Hannah's gatherings, and you'll help support the Ripple Effect and Water.org in making money. Everybody who shows up, Hannah donates some money just because you showed up. So make sure you pop on out there and help support the cause. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
Mom
make
says
sure
she's
show
won
up.
twice. Very good. Twice
she's
today?
won twice. Yes.
Oh, not
yes.
okay.
Unlike me, and unlike Laz. So, and Aries has snuck in.
There he is. Actually, Casey
Yes.
Cupcakes is gracing us with his presence today. Is he still here?
He did say he was stepping away for a few
I
minutes.
thought he came back as well. I thought I heard him come back.
Yeah.
One of our original staff members.
Make sure show up at Rock Beer Plots. If you can't make it today because you're not online right now, do make it on Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And it will go on for a couple of hours, but show up early.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
who is that?
he's got 3 tiers of donations. If 25 unique avatars participate, Hannah's going to donate $500 to the Airy Fund. If 50 that unique avatars, that's going to be $1,000 donation to the Airy Fund. And if 75 or more unique avatars participate, that's going to be $1,500. So do show up.
Yes,
Yay.
absolutely. Absolutely. Now, before we move on, another interesting post. You're familiar with Spoon, I'm sure, and I don't know if everybody else is familiar with Spoon. But
never heard of him. What's a paladin?
He's actually put a post together and never thought of it this way, but if you look at it, the new raffle, Portalarium's actually raffling off up to upwards of 50,000 worth of actual lot deeds when you add up the actual total values, which, when you think about it, it's not small change, but again, as we've seen the effect of this happening, and flooding the market with deeds on giveaways instead of selling that 50,000. I don't know. It stimulates the secondary economy, but I just thought it was interesting to see the actual value of all those lots totaled up being given away by Port. All you got to do is get in
absolutely
on the monthly raffle. Of course, something that we're not big fans of, but it's there. It is what it is. We were strong proponents for getting lot deeds into the game where you could physically buy them in game, which finally happened. We screamed loud about that early, but the raffle is back for what it is, and you have a chance to get in on over 50,000 worth of housing there. So go to any of the decorators right above the banks. You can purchase deeds. 2 different lotteries, one for a tax-free, one for taxable lots, and of course you can only win one in each category. So you can buy all the tickets you want, but
only win
one
each type of deed.
That's right. No,
and,
one
and that
in
doesn't
each
mean Rose City
category. You keep saying one of each
one
type of deed.
town. Hey,
There's a road deed, there's a village deed, there's no, they don't have a chance to win one of each
that by
deed.
saying not love.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me. It's all his fault,
baby.
Technical difficulties right there.
That's right.
Picking stuff
See,
before the
see,
show.
nobody can tell the difference. I almost guarantee you, nobody's missed what happened today, and I'm going to keep it that way. So hush.
Oh, yeah. Lads almost didn't show up for today.
No,
That's his statement, and he's keeping with it.
that's right. Dropbox decided to go belly up on me yesterday, man. It's been a bitch
Hey,
of
man,
24
it's
hours.
it's their IPO, man. It's now they're going to experience all kinds of like performance issues.
Did they
yes.
actually go to IPO? I thought Dropbox was.
That's what you get for paying attention to the news. Yeah, they're doing their IPO.
No, I
soon.
did not know that.
If not, yeah.
But
that's
yeah,
only because
it's been a hell of a 24 hours, and it's still not over. But it should all be fixed today. The radio's running back on time. The news is finally synced back up. All the commercials are running right.
Okay, good. Hey, and now if we can only fix the latency issue inside of Discord, that would be wonderful.
Well, there's a way to do that, but that costs money. And even then,
upgrade.
even then, we've seen that over on the Airy Funds Discord. It still happens over there. So, and then we've got the Prime over there.
Well, we can also become the Discord partner, but we just have to change the channel to Safe for Work, because not Safe for Work channels don't qualify for the Discord partner.
Well,
and then we
that's
can
no
get
fun.
their premium stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means no more
I'd rather be
movies.
NS, yeah, FW, and use the free product. Thank you. It's just
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we could just use the real premium Zoom room that we use and say screw this and make everybody listen through the radio, or watch the stream. And people won't be allowed in. I mean, we've got super premium. We just don't use it. Well, we use it for video. That's what we use it for.
We just use it for the video, not for the audio teleconferencing, which is
why
even better.
I don't know.
But at the same time, we do have to thank Winfield for making that donation for us to pay for.
Winfield is
room.
our Zoom room benefactor this year, and thank you very much for that. Of course, always love Winfield fish. And of course, mentioning Winfield's been working on that. SodaCon Austin 2018 gathering, and he's on the lead on the planning committee, and he's been knocking it out. He's been getting all those details and getting things firmed up for us, and of course we're here to bring you the latest news once all those plans. Him and Zeke are working diligently this year together, and gonna be a better year than the past several years. That's all I gotta say. It's release year. It's gotta be, at least you would think. But anyway, as I'm on a roll, two events with no
Austin,
injuries.
Unfortunately,
what's that, Arias?
I may have to go to a different SodaCon than Austin this year. Unfortunately.
Okay. You know of another SodaCon other than Austin this year?
Well, there's SodaCon East and West and all the others, right?
Like I said, do you know of another SodaCon East this year? No, there's only one SodaCon this year, and it's in Austin.
Unfortunately, I may have to miss some or all of SodaCon Austin this year because I found out the other day my cousin is getting married on the 13th, which happens to be the first same-sex marriage that will happen in our family ever, and I'm absolutely going to be there.
Well, you know what? Why don't you bring him along and have Lord British marry them?
I would like to bring her along, but unfortunately, I don't think that she's going to take the entire family out of, upstate.
And bring him down to Austin
bring him down
for
to
a
Texas.
marriage.
I don't think that's going to happen.
As always, next year. That's right. Don't forget, this SodaCon Austin's been going to be a staple, folks. So, again, if you want to get down to the Austin area, meet the developers, talk about the game.
SodaCon is also a player-created convention. So,
yes.
But the devs have been nice enough to volunteer for being available for panels and
fully
discussions.
Supportive. That's right.
Yes.
If that's the way you want to put it. fully supportive of the efforts. And again, it's been a great couple of years so far, and we're going to continue to bring you some great fun at SodaCon, get to meet the developers, and of course now talk about future game development. Since we're into episode 1 officially now's the time to get out there, people, and start picking on those wish lists. Go to Starlong's 2-year plan, and let's start hammering away.
2-year plan.
2-year plan.
Did you
Glad
see
that
the recent update and discussion about something coming in to make a bunch of people that engage in PvP happy?
I saw somebody make, actually, it was, what's his name? He's got a web post.
Valo.
A Soda Evil, that post?
Yep.
I read
So,
that was,
okay.
that was probably one of the best articles I've ever read by him. Yeah, I think he actually gave the game a pretty fair shake for that one, personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, of course, he's been one of the vocal people out there in the world, and everybody's entitled.
There is something that we have never discussed.
And what's that?
The thing that came out yesterday, which is the Q2 schedule.
The Q2 schedule. No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
you didn't know about that?
I did not see.
You
that.
didn't see that at all?
Didn't
No,
you
that-
hear me tell you I've been in the middle of a major meltdown for the last 24 hours? Well, are you paying attention, Led Zepp? Speaking of that, where
it's
is
you in
Led Zepp?
technical difficulties. That's normal, though. You in technical difficulties.
Hold on.
So-
I got something for you.
Okay,
No,
so-
can we
so
get a
we're-
link? There it is. Okay.
I already posted it just
Yeah.
for you, baby.
Nice.
It's only because I love you. It's only because I love you that I even posted it in your
I know.
your Twitch channel as well. So yeah, but yeah, so we do have the Q2 schedule update. Their top 10 priorities for Q2 is performance, localization, physical goods, improved reward cycle, and then after that, user interface polish, user acquisition, clearer player direction, story polish, improved enemy behaviors, and finally, repeatable content. They're trying to make the game a little bit more interesting. And you ready for what's going to be coming in release 53?
I've got it up on screen.
Or do you want to go through each and every single one of them?
Might
to
as well
read more?
go through each and every one of them.
Okay, performance. In Q1, they made huge strides forward in performance with 3 steady months of frame rate improvements. While the game is much more playable now, they feel that there's more to be gained in Q2, so they'll continue making code and content changes to improve performance. And that also includes something that they have not addressed as of yet, and that is character LODs. So, localization. Well, Owl's Head hasn't been touched in a long time. I think that was 3 years ago that Owl's Head was last touched. Localization, they made significant progress in all the languages, but they're unable to get fully localized version. In Q2, their goal is to finish the localization project. Physical goods, if you have a reward or a pledge that has physical goods, they plan on actually making those available. They made the decision in Q1 to spend more development time to increase the overall quality of the physical goods promised during Kickstarter, including the cloth map manual, runic card, etc. They plan on shipping all goods no later than the end of Q2. They're working on final fulfillment.
Final fulfillment.
Yeah, which is going to be funny because I'm going to be like, hey, I need to change my address again.
You put mine.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can always just ship it to me. That's for sure.
I think
Sure, I'll
I
be
think
here,
the
though.
names are now becoming Lazarus Technical Difficulties Long and Jack Lost in the Mail Cynicist.
Lazarus long in the tooth.
Yeah. Jack,
Lost in the Mail.
I don't know where I'm going to be living, Cynicist.
There you
yes.
go.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
My
There
car
you go.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna be soon.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Hopefully, we can hook you up with something to get you into that program that you want to go to. There. Improved reward cycle. In Q1, they added lots of new in-game rewards, including the Virtue Armor, Virtue Banners, Barbarian Armor, Recipes, Patterns, Emotes, and more. In Q2, they will significantly expand those rewards with more decorations, more armor, and more importantly, player-crafted items as part of the loot tables.
Loot table, yay.
Loot tables. Yay.
Yay.
And then after that, user interface polish. In Q1, they polished various user interface elements, and they'll continue to do so. Continue to do so in Q2.
You can
and
polish my
maybe,
element.
yeah, I know your UE needs some polishing. They're going to focus on consistency across UE elements while also improving merchants and vendors. And maybe, just maybe, someone will come back from their honeymoon and be able to be able to have the movable health
Be able
bar.
to move that health bar sometime.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Right here.
Track here. User acquisition, since they're going to be kicking off their marketing campaigns, press, and convention appearances. To maximize those, they're also going to be optimizing their website, store, and other first-time experiences for the user. Yay! Clear player direction. You know what? Everybody needs a little bit clearer direction around here. They'll improve the in-game mapping service with Linux support and localization. Story polish. They'll continue to add more compelling experience to put you in situations that will hopefully make you care more about the world. At the same time, opportunities to fulfill or turn away from the virtues. So that improvement of the virtue system will actually be beneficial, because right now, if you the best example of that would be the Clink quest, where if you tell spoiler alert, if you tell Myra that you killed her brother, she is a black heart and refuses to do business with you. Whereas if you say that you gave him her the key, she will continue to do business with whether or not you killed brother or not. And somebody's getting a phone call, and it's not me this time.
Yeah, not me. I don't know who that
Yeah,
was.
not you. As you reach forward and turn off
As
your
I
phone.
reach for it and swipe it up.
Yeah. Improved enemy behaviors. Most of their enemies have simplistic, repetitive behaviors that can be easily gamed and do not require high-level coordination nor planning. They hope to improve the AI of everything, including different behaviors, resistances, and weaknesses. So they want to introduce patterns of behavior that change over time as the battle progresses. Yay.
Yay.
And then repeatable content. Right now, there are not enough good reasons to revisit areas in the game, nor are there enough repeatable activities, especially for high-level players. In Q1, they're going to start addressing that.
Dragons. Right?
They started to address that in small ways, like things like the reward blessings. In Q2, they hope to start solving this with dedicated features like castle defense scenarios. We'll see.
We shall.
So, yeah. You ready for release 53?
Release 53.
I released about 53 million in my sock.
Oh, yeah. You know what I released? I released
Blood.
the Kraken.
I released technical difficulties.
It is your middle name. Yeah.
Bug.
Yeah. So release 53, improvements to the story as well as side quests, polish to the paths of truth, love, and courage. So the more solid that they actually make the questing in game, the better it is for everybody. And it is something that is definitely needed. And I'm glad that they're going to continue working on resolving that, as well as, you know what? They're also going to be adding NPC conversations to a couple of player NPC towns, and then finally the scenes of Tenebrous Harbor, East March, and Pinmoir Island will be rebuilt from scratch. I've never actually been into Pinmoir Island. Have you?
I've never even heard of that island, to tell you the truth.
I don't even know where that is.
And I got a good grasp on the map in the world, you know, but lately there's been a lot of things changing. Of course, Yeah, there was a big meteor crash just earlier this week, and nobody's been talking
You didn't
about
like
that.
the revisit to the Quell Shard Fall?
Quell Shard Fall is now out in the Quell region. That's right, changing the face of the landscape of the BMC's home area, man. I tell you what.
There's PvP zone right there. And not only that, today at 3 p.m., Barrick is going to be running through the Shardfall to actually talk about that during his community live
Is
stream.
it 3?
Yep, that I believe it's 3 or 4, whatever time it's at, 3 or 4.
Shots at Barrick.
Yes, take
Yeah,
pot shots at
okay.
Barrick.
Well, that
Yes.
that would
Log
make
in.
sense, because then that would make a good reason as to why the launch party is at 5 o'clock tonight.
It is. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, again, all sorts of wild, crazy things going on
weird
this
things,
week.
yeah.
I'm telling you, don't forget double experience, folks. Get out there
Oh,
and get on
absolutely.
it. You know, if you're sitting
I
on
went
the
out
lot
hunting
with us,
yesterday.
you're losing experience right now. That's all I'm going to
Hey,
tell you.
I even had to chug an obsidian potion so that way I could maximize my encumbrance so I could loot more.
Oh man, I've been using those since the
Yeah.
Merits app started giving them to me for free. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I
Wonderful
will
thing. Don't
chug
forget to
all the
download
free
that Merits app.
potions I can all week long.
That's right. Then don't forget performance work. They're going to continue working on performance and release 53. Remember that is next month. So they're trying to get everything to under a 15-second load time for those transitions between scenes. They're also going to be improving your grouping with a looking for group tool.
Looking for
And don't forget-
group.
Yeah,
Looking
that is
for
something that's
group.
desperately needed.
Now you want to know
Crafting-
something I did notice real
What?
quick on that. You were out doing the new Grand Tour quest. I finished all 8 last night, by the way.
Congratulations.
But I did notice that people are standing around the lunar rifts. Now, I don't know if they're standing around the lunar rifts waiting for them to do this quest, or whether they're just standing around waiting to get to whatever destination is. But I did notice throughout
they're
the
doing the
night
quest.
last night that there were always people standing around the rifts these days. So I'm starting to see people congregating by these, which is pretty interesting
Well,
right now.
if you pay attention to the actual the lunar rift, and remember, there's 8 different locations to teleport to.
Correct.
And if you actually are on the quest and you actually go to one of the lunar rifts, you will actually see that it actually goes through the cycle
And tells-
for those
yeah.
scenes. One after the other, so that way it's like that's why a lot of people are congregating around the lunar rift. They're waiting to start that cycle. And so even though that takes about 15-minute change
Started
between
8
scenes,
minutes and 45 seconds is every change. I don't know how long the total
so
cycle
where
is.
it's like instead of running across the map, they're just using it that way. I really need to just do it the old-fashioned way and get several tunes to stand in different
They're not
instances and
tunes,
then
you
just
ass.
teleporting avatars.
Well, you
Back to
know,
WoW.
that's basically what I wound up doing, but I can't even say that is because I've got friends from the past running around doing these with, the guild and other people,
Yeah.
and using the lunar rifts. I was able to actually jump a couple rifts back and forth while I was moving another character to another location. It worked out pretty nice, but this one wasn't quite as tough. I see what
No,
they did now with the changes, and I have no complaints with it now that I understand it. So it was written a little different, but
Wait,
working
changes to
as
what?
intended. Remember I said it didn't used to have the information. It used to have the information actually in the quest text.
Quest
Well, now
shit
that's
used to not
part
glow
of
in
the
dark.
journal system that actually functions. So
Well, the journal was working. The actual quest dialogue was still a
well,
little
no, the
broken.
quest dialogue made sense. Remember, I wasn't using my
Oh,
journal, so I had to turn the
well,
journal on to look at it, and once I
to
was
see
able
where
to see
you
it,
had gone or not. Yeah.
that answered all the questions. Yes, so
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because that
Told you.
didn't used to work right. It's all this I'm going to say.
Hey,
Works
you
fine
know what?
now. Love it. Love
Hey.
it. But
So crafting and economy stuff coming in release 53, they're going to add more loot to the game, like the worn armor to complement the rusty weapons on humanoids. They'll also introduce, so that way you'll be able to actually get even more loot.
more loot.
It has been used and abused.
Still no
they'll-
cupcakes.
Still no cupcakes. They'll
No
also introduce
cupcakes.
the system where the player sold to merchants will start appearing as loot in game. Finally, in offline mode, the drop rates for rare items like artifacts and rare components will be greatly increased. I don't play offline mode. Laz doesn't play
It
offline
doesn't
mode.
offer me the option to go to offline mode. It's just grayed out.
It's a light gray. It's not completely grayed out. That's a problem with their color scheme. So it appears grayed out, but it is just,
But
if you
it's
just click it,
clickable.
it's still an active
Yes.
button.
I never bothered trying.
Yeah.
I'm on one enough as it is.
User interface polish, there is going to be lots of changes there. Combat, they're going to be Chris is always revisiting combat and always making changes to combat, so no idea what's going to be there. You actually have to pay attention to Chris's daily blog to find out what's going on. Player towns updates always changing.
Chris has been slacking, but I know he's probably been muy busy. I mean, he's probably been
absolutely. I mean, and don't forget that balance is to make it so that way, if you are a master in one skill tree, or I should say proficient in one skill tree, you'll do relatively the equal amount of damage to another skill tree, so that way you don't end up with the OP skill tree of the month and everybody going to the exact same.
Chris sounds like the dad from It's Toy Time.
Yeah,
Dude,
I tell you what.
Seriously, I remember the early days where everybody was a fire and death mage.
That's why I love
every
the
single
reference.
person. Yeah,
That's why I
OP
love the
skill tree of the
reference.
month. Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah. It's
That's right.
Absolutely.
Coming out to Spitco where you can buy your training dummy so you can practice your skill of the month.
that's right.
Yeah.
Storyline.
I've got an archer now. If that makes any.
You've got
finally.
what?
An archer.
I've got an archer.
He's standing right behind you.
I like it when enemies are halfway dead before they even get to me.
But you may not want to be standing around when this guy's shooting arrows.
Wait. Is that your technical difficulties
Yes.
behind us?
Wow, you're observant.
Yeah, it's only been there for about 20 minutes.
Hey, you act like I actually pay attention
Maybe
to
you'll see
things.
my cry for help soon.
Yeah. And what's up with the Phantom Kudos Union?
PKU, man.
Yeah, Phantom Kudos.
Come on, you're not the only one who can have a play on words. I've been using that for 15,
Okay.
20 years.
Okay.
Long
Well, it's
before
the school, it sucks to be
PKU
you.
was popular.
It sucks to be you. I missed that shit.
Yeah, it does suck to be you. You're invisible.
Hey, character named Dragon Nuts
You're invisible.
I got a Gix emote.
and Ever Moist.
Yay. Moving right along.
Moving right along, we do have release 54 coming up in 2 months, where they're going to continue to work on story, adding stuff. They're going to be uncloning the Seas, the Shaminian Hills of the West End
Shaminian?
and the upper tiers.
Named after Shamina?
Shaminian Hills. Yes, it's the Shamino Hills. Shaminian Hills. Performers are still going to be working on that. Crafting and economy, they're going to be expanding to include the ability to brew alcoholic beverages.
Oh,
Finally.
finally. How long have we been waiting for that?
4 years.
Since
No-
I bought
no
my
cupcakes
Knight's Pledge because it had brewing. That's how long I've been waiting
Yeah.
for that.
So we've been working on this forever.
Well, I paid that
there's going to be
little extra on the Elderman
Yeah.
just to get the brewing.
There's going to be a ton of
Absolutely.
new Steins in game. Tons and tons. User interface polish, character polish. They're going to be working on. One of the complaints is people are like sitting there saying, "All these NPCs look the same." Yeah, they're going to be working on that. and uncloning those. And
It was
making
just
more,
a
as well as
really
pledge
big
servants.
family, like the Duggar family, right? 19 kids
Absolutely,
counting.
they all look the
They
same.
all looked, yeah.
You know, it was a cataclysm. We had to start from scratch, you know.
That mother's uterus fell out a long time ago, but
We got to thank the Graff family for helping repopulate the world with merchants. That's all I got to say, because
Hey,
they all look like the
don't forget-
Graff family.
Don't forget the great thing about the Graff family is, so Richard's residence in New York City. There's a jewelry shop right next door or something like that, and that's where
funny.
the Graff family name comes from in game.
That's funny.
So that is
funny.
a real world reference there, and I don't know if that's on these the.
I did
the
not
reference
know
part.
that. That's some nice
Yeah.
piece of Shroud trivia there. Well,
why do I know these things?
You know, one of the things I don't think a lot of people get and understand is that the references to actual people who were named and used and such throughout. I mean, I know a lot of people understand he's done that over the years, but I think we've taken that to the nth level in this game by allowing the players to help create NPC names, by allowing us to put names to and create our own stories here. We're taking that to the next level. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
The Graff Gem Mines, the jewelry store next door. I love that. I love this shit. I tell you.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know why I remember these useless
Message.
trivia things.
You've got mail.
Yeah, I have email. It's about my car.
Your car.
It's not just a new car, a whole new direction.
You still paying for that damn thing?
Dude, that thing was paid off 2 years after I bought it, and it's a 2008.
I understand that, but the last time you had to replace a light bulb, it was like $3,000 for crying out loud. That's...
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, the HID light assembly. In order to replace a light bulb, you actually have to drop the
whole
front bumper. And then from there, like, go underneath in order
My
to get
goodness.
to things. And there was an electrical fault to where it actually fried something, so I had to replace. Yeah,
for a light bulb.
that was-
Man. Get
that
rid
was
of that
a
fucking car. will you?
$1,500 travesty. Yeah. Hey.
I know.
My transmission is still doing weird things, but yeah.
It gets
it's
you from point A
fantastic
to
design.
point B, man. You can't argue
Yeah.
with it. Can't argue
Yeah.
with it.
You ready for release 55? So 3
Let's
months
go
from
ahead
now.
and get 55. Johnny 55. That's Johnny number 5, right?
Johnny number
Or
5.
is
Yeah.
that Mambo number 5? I always get those confused.
Johnny 5. It's much more important than the Mambo.
We can get
Um,
Johnny to do the Mambo. Johnny
Nope.
Mambo.
Johnny needs to do the salsa.
The salsa.
Yeah.
Salsa. You know what I noticed? Is that Laz looks worse than Darkstar when he does the salsa holding this. I gotta do this because it's just too damn funny.
What are you doing?
You'll see. Oh, the samba, I'm sorry.
You look like Star dancing.
Look worse, like
Well,
worse than Star while I'm holding the pipe because he doesn't do any of the arm movements. So he looks like a true white boy standing in the corner not knowing how to dance. That's
I don't know how to dance, so I can do the headbang emote.
Yeah, so we're good
or
at
the
that
gypsy.
one. They're moving
Yep.
right along.
Yeah, thank you for squirreling on that. You
Squirrel.
just killed 1 minute. We have 7 minutes left
Oh,
of
good.
news.
Can,
Yeah,
can,
that's
can,
right.
can you get release 55 into
I don't think so.
6.5 minutes?
I can
now?
do it. I can do it in 45 seconds if I,
I
really
bet you
wanted
can.
to. Release 45, continuation of the story changes, and
55,
new seat being rebuilt
55.
are the Norgard Fens, Brell, and the East Vauban foothills.
Oh, wow.
Performance improvements continue. Physical goods, including the physical goods, will ship 3 months from now. Jesus, 3 months. Then crafting and economy, more loot added to the game, more better ability to restock, as well as improving
Please.
restocking, pricing, and repricing experience. So that'll make everybody a much
Give me
happier.
an
That has
easier way to restock the vendors and not have to spend 15 clicks on my mailbox to get rid of one piece of freaking mail. How about a real mailbox? How about that? One that holds more than 100 messages.
I want to send items folder so that way I know what I sent to people.
Exactly. You know, I want a real mailbox. Real mailbox.
Hey, quit your bitching, man.
Now,
Can you tell it's a mailbox by the little balls?
I was looking at this picture sitting here, and I was thinking to myself, what the F is wrong with this picture? Then I realized that there's nothing wrong with this.
What picture are you talking? The airship that's being constructed?
Is that
that is actually from one of the scenes. I can't remember which one it is, where you've got that. That's actually a game picture.
Well,
right
I was just looking at the piping and everything just as I was doing it. I'm going, something wasn't right. The big pipe is going into the little house, and then it's going up to the balloon.
You gotta blow up the airship, man. And then the big pipe is behind the small little shack.
It looks like it's coming right out of the shack, man. I'm telling you.
We need to work on your ability to figure out what's going on in a picture. I bet those.
I bet you if you ask anybody else from this angle, it looks like the pipe is going right into the top of the house. I don't care what you say. I know it's probably behind the house. I just said it looks like.
Put the crack pipe down.
No. That's no fun.
Hey, user interface polish is going to go in release 55. Then the castle defense scenarios will be going into game, and new scenes will be created similar to control points, where groups of players can fight over control of a fortress in order to gain temporary ownership and therefore gain benefits from that ownership, like access to special areas, merchants, quest givers, etc. They're going to be doing other weird things. Portalarian's getting a gift. Ooh.
Oh?
Portalarian's getting a gift for the Sherwood Forest Fair.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
In all this, I've never heard one mention of fertilizer.
Not yet. Maybe that's a new shit coming. Character polish is going to be happening, and that's going to be made on these spiders, and the new seasonal creature will be introduced, the Jingo.
The Jingo.
The Jingo.
Maybe the Jingo ate you, baby.
Yes, the Jingo, not the Dingo, the Jingo. Localization is going to continue. Player owned towns updated, and that's all we have to do. And I remember that is the plan for the next quarter, for quarter 2. So the devs are going to be constantly changing things in the game. So even though you may see something now,
consult the plan, because that's where they're going to point you when you have questions about it. They're going to say, hey, we posted that in the 2-year plan. Go look at it. And you'll go back to the 2-year plan, and you're going to look at it, and you're going to go, that don't answer my damn question. And, but yes, always love it when Star drops his outline for the upcoming quarter on us. Of course, always nice to see what he's got. And again, he's the guy who keeps this all glued together and on track.
He's the one that's responsible for saying, okay, these are the features that we want to put in the game. And he sits there and decides, okay, we can do that now. This is going to have to wait until after this. And so he's the one that puts that puzzle together and dictates when and where something's going to happen.
Indeed. And always interesting to see him keeping that train right on track. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
And the Dippy Bird hasn't updated his blog for...
I know. I'm picking on him that he was slacking, but, release and all, we got to forgive him, at least until the end of the month.
Well, So, got lots of
Because
things.
they didn't get here by sitting back and playing tiddlywink down in the offices. They got here by putting the time and effort in.
Yeah, and I mean the steady slew of progress being made. So,
But speaking of time and effort, we've got a little bit of time and a lot of stuff to get covered. We
Nothing
got
at all.
the weekend roundup today, and
next you're going to mention that. Don't forget that Rock Beer Platts thing still going
Rock
on.
Beer Platts. I think you're going to mention it once or twice or thrice or something like that coming up here shortly. But first, let's tell you.
But it's still going on in game right now.
That's
and
right.
They are giving away stuff.
I'll tell you about the
So,
wonderful
go out to Rock Beer
NBNN
Platts and
Shroud
do
of
weird
the
things.
Avatar app. That's available in the Google Play Store, the Amazon App Store, or the Apple iTunes for all your electronic devices. Of course, if you want to read the news, you want to go shopping, you want to check out the forums, you want to come on chat with us in Discord, you want to go watch some help videos, check out Soda Map. You can do all that from the app. Woohoo! Who's that? That list?
Clipsy.
Clipsy.
She wants some of those bits missed the so you're gonna have to redo that. Yeah, so they have to land inside the mug, otherwise you have to redo the.
You got to throw them in the mug. That's right.
Yeah.
And don't forget, if you want
That's
to
right.
become a supporter, you can come right out to NBNN here. Click on any of these links. Or, of course, you can click on the links in either one of our streams or go to patreon.com/NBNN and become a monthly supporter. But don't forget, you can also check out the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar, hosted right here on NBNN.info. And, of course, it's the weekend, so we're going to tell you what's happening throughout the weekend in Shroud of the Avatar.
That's right. We have that community calendar on NBNN.info. Just click on the calendar button at the top. And don't forget, it is an aggregate of all of the available calendars that Laz knows about related to Shroud of the Avatar. And if you have a Google public calendar related to Shroud, or if you want to add events to the Shroud community calendar, you need to email that guy, news@nbnn.info, and eventually he will do something. And as you can see, that as I click and unclick some of those events do disappear. So yes, it is being used. Don't forget, the event out in Rock Beer Platts just ended, I believe. So don't forget that will be coming up on Saturday. But today is Friday, so all times on the community calendar, Central Time, the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia time.
Nude Britannia time.
Monday through Friday. 12s and 6s around the clock. You can always listen to two idiots interpreting the news, so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with us. At 6 p.m., or actually on 7 p.m., you can always join K's
6
and Phoenix
p.m.'s
Fire.
us again.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oops. 7 p.m., you can always join K's and Phoenix Fire or Malhari if they're in-game for the Phoenix Republic PvE nights. Or at 7 p.m., you can always go to the non-PvP town and join in on Vengeance Madness. PvP in a non-PvP town. It's madness.
That's right.
At 7 p.m. on the Radio Free Britannia is the 70s at 7. At 8 o'clock on Avatar's Radio is DJ Aline doing the beat of Novia. Also, she's doing that at 10 p.m. as well. And the final event for Friday evening is on Radio Free Britannia. And that's the Record Room, which takes us to Saturday, which starts off awfully early, 1 a.m. with DJ Omen Crow on Radio Free Britannia with
Don't
the
forget
House
to tell
of
them
Omen.
about the lottery.
House of Omen.
The lottery.
The Lottery of the Avatar week round 4 ticket windows open still.
Yes.
Yeah. 6 a.m. Radio Free Britannia. So wake up, New Britannia with Wolfton
6 or
and
7?
Celine. Oh, it's 7 a.m. because of the time zone change. Yes. Then at 12 p.m. is Duke Gregor is back with the Welcome Quest for Release 52 Launch Edition. Don't forget that is the only way to get a special in-game item is doing the Welcome Quest At 1 p.m. is the Boat Emote Party, New Britannia
Boat
time,
Emote.
in the Song Siren Bayou. At 2 p.m. is the EVL Casino Night Easter celebration. At 4 p.m. on Avatars Radio is Power Hour with Mick Foley. At 4 p.m. is the EVL Virtue League PvP tournament taking place in Virtue Isle, which is embedded inside of Virtue Oasis. At 6 p.m. on Avatars Radio is Dancing with DJ Bear Club. At 7 p.m. is the EVL Newbie Dungeon Run. At 8 p.m. on Avatars Radio is the Asclepius and Lord Baldrit's Echoes from the Caverns. And at the same time, 8 p.m., don't forget, you do need to show up to Rock Beer Platz and go up the top of the hill for the Roman Greco thing, for the museum grand opening, 8 p.m. until whenever she stops it, or Hannah stops it. At 8:30 is the Pack Slayer General meeting, and 10 p.m. is going to be the Noma Promo Asia Edition, now with requests out in the town of Novian Market on Promo Alley. Final event for Saturday is DJ Brazen Spirituality on Avatars Radio, who's going to be doing some dancing. Which takes us to Sunday.
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 At the Fairpark Coliseum.
Yep. Starts off early at 1 a.m. with more DJ Omen Crew. Oh, wait. Yeah. On Radio Free Britannia. And also at 1 a.m. in the town of Novia Market is the Noma Promo. Don't forget that's taking place on Promo Alley. At 5 a.m. on Avatars Radio is Royal Sexy, who's going to be dance. And I believe that is actually one of the songs he plays is dance. At 6 a.m. In the town of Novian Market is the Noma Promo European Edition, which is in Europe, which would be around noon or something like that. At 9 a.m. if you're in that right time zone. 9 on Avatars Radio, DJ Striker Sparhawk's going to be doing an eclectic flow of tunes for his show Lost in the Spaces. At noon, Noma Promo ongoing still in the town of Novian Market. America Edition. At 12:30, town of New Britannian Market is Astronomy Night with none other than Bowen Bloodgood. Maybe he'll even have a master class meteor that just hit.
Almost took my head off.
Yeah. Final event for the weekend is the that's on hold. So no Baron's Reach stuff.
Bear Tavern Pub Crawl's on hold.
Wow. Yeah, not going to happen. Actually, and that's our community calendar for this weekend.
There's some big stuff going on with the Bear Tavern I'm not at liberty to discuss, but you'll all find out soon enough here in game. And when that happens, we'll be bringing you the latest news, that's for sure. But the good folks at the Bear Tavern are constantly working to bring you some of the latest events and happenings.
Redesigning things.
If you haven't been out to their town and seen the big logo they've got in front of the big custom-built arena that they've got, it's an experience. Go out and check it out because it is something else.
Don't forget to wear your tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I got to go do that today. I got all the grand tours out of the way yesterday. Today I got to go get some tinfoil hats and do some updates. Got to do the last couple release worth of emotes and get those. I've gotten some of them already, but got to go get the rest of them. Got to have them all, man. Got to have them all. But I'm going to remind everybody that you're watching Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info or on twitch.tv/Genesis or twitch.tv NBNN News or watching in replays or listening later on the radio. We want to thank you all. If y'all want to become supporters, You can go to any of the links I've just mentioned and click on the donate links. If you want to become a monthly supporter, you can go to patreon.com/NBNN, and you can get some digital goodies. You can get some Discord titles. You can get access to digital past shows, and of course, for the right pledges, you can get some good physical swag, coffee mugs, baseball caps, shirts, all sorts of interesting stuff available for you out there. And of course, if you make a really huge monthly donation, we'll put together a package just for you. So don't forget, we appreciate all you supporters out there, and of course, you guys help keep us going out here. Don't forget, the Airy Fund is in full swing till the end of the month. Don't forget to get out and get to those gatherings. Of course, this one just ended. There's the other one tomorrow. And all you got to do is show up, people. Show up and help support a good cause. And you'll help bring drinking water to people who don't have it. Where am I going, since I don't have the visuals today? SodaCon Austin 2018 tickets now available. If you want to get your cloaks, you want to get your VIP tickets, you want to get your early bird tickets, and again, get them early, because if you wait, the price is going up. Prices are going to be going up, and it's going to hurt, people. Get them cheap. Don't spend premium money for something you can get a lot cheaper. But that's going to be happening this October in Austin, and Arius, we're going to miss you.
Man, if I can get down there on the 11th and the 12th, and then fly out the morning of the 13th up to Michigan.
There you go. But of course, don't forget we've got Coil More Wands, Arius Coil More, putting the magic in your hands for custom-made wood. Look for that guy up there, Arius. And he'll make you custom wands or staves to your specifications. And
currently have about 10 wands currently on the vendor, by the way, that are pre-made. Some of them are quite nice quality, some plus 12s, some plus 9s, some plus 8s.
Amen.
Various good things.
And you'll find his vendor out there in Sparrow Fall. You can look that up on the map. And Scrota's music service. Scrota bringing you the latest in services. If you need a bard to follow you around and play buffs while you're out there slaying dragons, you want somebody to play your party so you don't have to worry about it, call Scrota and he'll get you taken care of. Go to his shop at Shroud Marketplace, and we'll tell you a bit more about the marketplace in just a moment. Of course, relicsbyrill.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. Use the promo code NBNN when you check out relicsbyrill.com. You'll save 10% off your purchase price. The BMC wants you to come out to check out Black Rock Cove. Black Rock Cove, located in the Quell region right near the Exeter and Elysium mines. And of course, WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest in news and entertainment throughout the day, throughout the week, 24/7 right here on your in-game radio. And last but not least, ShroudMarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. And Jack's going to tell you all about that when he finishes text messaging.
That's right. ShroudMarketplace.com. Hey, this is a very important text message because it's about the free tickets at... Yeah, but I didn't finish the text message yet. But ShroudMarketplace.com is the place to go buy or sell any Shroud of the Avatar. Every single one's vendors sets their own prices, maintains their own prices.
Discord just killed you. All we got was yeah, that's about all we heard.
It also has the best customer service out there. That's all I got to say.
That's
there
right.
You go. Great customer service.
Wonderful. Love customer service. Don't forget, anything and everything Shroud of the Avatar related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace, from accounts to gain gold to crowns of the obsidian to store credit, all the way to services. Anything and everything.
Services.
Yeah.
That's your service. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Anything and everything. go check it out. If you want to start selling your stuff, go ahead and register for an account, then click on vendor registration on the left-hand side, and you can start adding your items. And you'll find out that it's super easy to add that stuff. And then from there, you can start listing your items. I mean, it's a quick, relatively simple process.
That's right. Even I can do it. Even I got a store. That's
even
how
Laz can
simple
do
it
it.
is, I
And,
tell
and
you.
Laz, you've sold some stuff. I mean, Arius has sold some stuff.
I had two nice sales yesterday. Happy customers. Again.
Did you give them their Dragonbone Throne? So
nobody asked for that Dragonbone Throne, so no Dragonbone Thrones given away.
I picked a few up while I was killing the rabbit.
Yep.
But that's right. Don't forget, you also got weddings and more as a service. Not just weddings, but a whole lot more.
Service.
We got weddings, we got rentals, we got gold. You name it, we've got it.
You can find all kinds of services like power leveling, Scrota's music service, cheese sign writing, all kinds of stuff.
You name it. Yeah, if you're looking for one of them nice new Shardfall cloaks and you're just too lazy to go out and get it.
Is a Shardfall cloak up for sale already? I don't see a Shardfall cloak yet.
There is.
Probably
there's one of them on my vendor sitting over on the lot. I got one hanging on the wall so you can show it off.
No, I don't see one on Shroud Marketplace yet.
Oh no, not on the marketplace yet.
By the way, the Shardfall cloak looks completely different on the wall than it does on your back.
No, it don't.
No, they fixed that.
They fixed that. Yes.
Oh, they fixed it?
Bug.
Yeah.
But meanwhile,
it was a bug. It has been fixed. It is that time for us to thank the most important people around here, and that's you guys. Thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on Radio Free Virginia.
Party time.
Yay!
That's right. We'll be back with more news and entertainment for you right here on Monday, starting out your week off right. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great Easter weekend. Be safe, everybody. And we'll see you all on Monday.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy Easter.
Bye-bye. Enjoy it. Kill some